Hey, lovely people. It is Thursday, and I'm coming to you a little bit early because I have things that I still need to do today. I just came out from a healing session right now, and it was really, really good. And I was inspired. I think everyone should have friends that are able to see that their friends need self care and just maybe send them something, pay, maybe bless them by paying for maybe a massage or some coffee. And there's someone out here who, I mean, um, does does that for me. I never ask, and but however appreciate it, because each time she does it for me, I am usually so blown away. It's like, how did she know that I needed that kind of love? And that person is, I'm going to call you out because I think it's good to um, let people know that there are people out there who care about you deeply, even if you don't see them, even if they're busy, but that they're thinking about you. And the person who shows up for me and sometimes uh, blesses me with a coffee or a sandwich, or just like so sometimes I just look at my mobile pay and I'm just seeing money and I'm like, what? I'm like, really, girl? So I just want to say that wellness one boy is that kind of person, and she does that for me, and I really appreciate it. She's the person who sends me random postcards, just reminding me of the person that I am. And I also have another friend, Vera, who would always send me letters, like handwritten letters, every year around my birthday. But then now that she moved back to Finland, we'll probably meet soon. Anyway, but what is it that you do for the people who care about you or the people in your circle? Because it could be the smallest thing. Like you could be like, hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Let's do this. And without no questions asked, without feeling the need to have to give back to them, but then the person just did it out of the goodness of their heart. And that made me, because I bumped into someone, like the universe works in amazing ways. I bumped into someone that had just contacted me yesterday, and I was just like, when I saw her, I was like, what? And I looked at her and I was like, I recognize her. And then I realized, because there's some form of her spirit that reminds me of a very, very good friend of mine. And and I just realized that, everything is aligned. I've met a lot of beautiful people this week, and it made me realize that more often than not, we women, women of color, black women, we really need to foster this community within ourselves and within the people surrounding us, because sometimes things really get crazy and we don't know how to ask for help. So are you able to know your friends, to know when to just offer your help and show up? Because showing up doesn't necessarily mean being there. Showing up means finding ways to know, or somehow just shining a light and letting them know that you're thinking of them. It's not even about ego, and it's not even about validation, but some people go through things that they're afraid of talking about. They may not feel safe talking about those things. And I'm here today to talk about I'm here to talk about support, and how that works. I know that sometimes we go through things and we're not able to. We go through things. When I'm talking about support, I'm talking about, are you able to suss out when someone actually needs help without asking for it? Because it is not easy to open up your mouth sometimes and ask for help because you're going through really heavy stuff. So my way of doing it, like the ways that I've learned, the way that you go about doing it is, there's some friends that who are not very open with their lives. And it may be something that they may have experienced in childhood, or they just have this thing that they don't trust anybody. And once they build that rapport with you, then they're able to actually share. And the most important thing is for people to feel safe. So by making someone feel safe around you, these are the most important things that you need to do. One is you need to listen. Listening is an important skill, because some people say people respond, like people just reply to respond, but then listening is a very important skill, because when you learn to listen, you learn to see the non-verbal cues that someone is showing to you, because someone might be sad and it may be in their body language. And you can just send them. Sometimes I just send my friends random messages and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about you. Do that. Send someone a random message that you've not heard of in a long time. Just say, I'm thinking about you, because you don't know what struggles people are going through. They may be struggling in their marriages. They may be struggling with internal things. They may be struggling with traumas. And right now is an important time for people to come together and just be that person that no one was for them. So it's important to listen. And then the other thing that you can do when you're forming a community is create time, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just to maybe just listen, or just once a month, or have a Zoom call or something once a month to meet those people that you hold dear and close to your heart, and just have them together on a Zoom call and have a party, dress up, have some sparkling wine, whatever you like. Or if you're able to, if you're in a position that you're not able to meet them, but if you're in a position to meet them, make it part of your self-care routine. Have your friends together in one room, talk, laugh, and you don't have to be talking about heavy things, because I don't believe in trauma bonding. I believe in uplifting others. Yes. And then the third thing that I would say is when it comes to connecting with people, don't put them in a box at all, because people want to be seen, people want to be heard. So just because someone, maybe when you see them and they look a certain way or they speak a certain way, it has nothing to do with who they are. That's just, like when you're baking something and then you have a cake, and then when there's a cake within it, there's flavors. So you're not able to experience that cake if you don't go deeper. You'll just experience the surface. It just looks really pretty and nice. Or maybe you might taste that cake and it wasn't very well made. There might be, flour just coming out, or it might be really. So you just never know what depth someone has if you just meet them by their position, like let's say whatever job that they do, by how they dress and stuff. Because sometimes the people going through the hardest things may dress their best because they do not want people to know that they're going through something. Or the people who in fact, be aware of the people who are the strong people. Do you check on your strong friends? You need to check on those people, because most people really dismiss them, like, oh, they're strong, they can get through this. But they're human too. They're human too, and they have depth. Maybe just because they can carry a load doesn't mean that they always want to do that. And sometimes as friends, we place that burden on them. So I was really inspired by my healing session today, and I thought that I'd come and share it with you. And then the experiences this week kept coming about community. And I know I've talked about community before in one of my lives, but I just felt like this time, and especially coming into a new month. August is my birthday month, by the way. So send gifts, send whatever it is that you want to send. So yeah. Or even just sign up for one of my programs if you want to. But yeah, so just be there for people. And it does not necessarily have to be physical. With everything that we have today, whether it's Instagram, WhatsApp, all these other things, we can find a way to communicate, And sometimes people might not have the capacity to communicate to you because they're going through something, but let them come back to you with an open mind. Don't judge them, because if you sat down and listened to what they had to go through in their silence, you may even cry. Because and then so make sure that you're a safe person, that or work on being that safe person that people can come to and talk to, and also work on releasing the burden of being that strong person, because being strong is a good skill to have, but it's also a burden. So that is my challenge to all of you today, is build that sense of community. And especially for us women, women of color, black women, we need that. We really do. And especially if you live on the other side of the world where you don't see representations of yourself, you need your sisters, because you're the only person who really knows how the pain that you feel are your sisters, because they understand. Sometimes with no, you don't even need any words. Have that friend that you call them, they call you on the phone and you pick up and you're like, hello. And by the way you say hello, they know something is wrong. And they may ask you, so why are we annoyed today? Why are we sad today? Why are we? And then just listen. And if someone wants to call you and they just want to cry because they don't have anyone to cry to, just be that person for them. Even if it means going for a walk, sitting on a bench, just let them cry. Because at the end of the day, this emotions and the things that we go through are important, because they help us elevate ourselves. Because once you hold it in, and when you tell someone, don't be sad, don't do this, don't do that, you're also invalidating their feelings, which is not right, because that's what they're feeling at the moment. So just let them be, whether it's angry, let them be. And then when they're out of it, then they're able to see whatever it is that they want to say, and just make people feel safe. And even feel safe enough to just come over to your house to have a nap. Not talk, not do anything, just have a nap together. And then see what happens from there. Or cook together, or bake together. Just find your community and find those people who see you and your heart. So I just want to tell you and wish you a lovely, lovely Thursday wherever you are. If you're in Helsinki, we should meet up soon. If not, some of you have my number. Just send me a message, and just hold your heart and hold your sisters' hearts as well, and just help them wherever they can, with the smallest possible way. And there are other women who've also stood up and come to help me, and I appreciate that too. So wherever you are, if you'd really like a healing session, just send me a DM. I can explain to you how I do that. Specifically, I work with women, but if you're a man and you're watching this, you can contact me as well. And in September, I'm going to have a challenge, a healing challenge. It's going to be 30 days, and you can check that out on my website. It's monversation.com. So sign up, and then I'll give you the details of what it exactly entails. But what it entails is you'll have access to me, a coach, and then you'll get a journal prompt at the end of it, and it's going to be really fun. So I'm super, super duper excited to see you there. And I purposely do this lives to just give you guys information and to remind you how wonderful you all are, and that you're beautiful beings, and you just need to be, and you're just perfect the way you are in your own being. So just hold your hearts and take care, and I will catch up with you later. And thank you, Joanne, for being here. Thank you, Kate, for being here, and thank you, Sonia, for being here. And for those catching the replay, hope you're having a lovely day. So I'll catch up with you on Sunday, and speak soon. Take care. Ciao.